Holy Tuesdays. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Junk Guys junk removal service live on the Facebook page here, live on the YouTube channel right here, right in front of me. Facebook, YouTube, it's me, JunkGuysdfw. Don't worry, I can practically see everybody. Don't be alarmed by the coronavirus. We're gonna take care of this. I just can't see anything. I can't see anything. Hold on. Oh, you know what? Forget this, guys. It's Ricardo, junkguysdfw.net, guys. I am here in the great city of Dallas, Texas. I have my all-suited Tyvek suit right here. It is Tyvek, made here in the United States of America, guys. And I just want to say good evening. Hope everybody... Ooh, wow. Why is my suit disappearing? Hope everybody is having a great day. You know what? I don't know what it is with this whole thing. I cannot get the suit straight, and it's disappearing. I have no idea why it's disappearing, so I'm going to try to fix it really fast. What is my dog doing? Anyway, guys, I came on board this evening to talk about the effects of the coronavirus. Polo. What's Polo doing? He's eating the wall. The effects of the coronavirus on junk removal, and that's overall what I want to talk about today. I've had... Polo! Stop that. He's eating the wall. That's weird. First of all, I want to say hi to all the people that joined up really quick. I said, we have 6 people on the Facebook page. Ronnie Hines, Kate Swallow. Polo! Oh my God, I'm sorry about that. My dog's eating the wall. 10 people up on the Facebook page. I got 13 people on YouTube right now, guys. Live. We are live. I put my hands up because my suit's disappeared. Luda fan, hey brother, love your channel. Thank you very much. New England Pickers, wearing your body condom. That's not cool, dude. That's not cool at all. But I'm going to laugh anyway because you know what? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are having the last laugh, actually, because they're about to sign Tom Brady, okay? King Kyle TV, hola, Clutter Brothers Reno, what's up? My lady and I got laid off for at least 10 weeks here in Chicago. Pretty lame. Ooh, that sucks. That sucks. I have to put my hands up every once in a while because it's, you know, he got the corona LOL. Yeah. Apparently, Polo's been eating the wall. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know where he's at around here, but I came on board. I want to talk to y'all about how the effects talk to y'all about what my reaction is to the coronavirus really fast. So I took some notes before I started this video just so I can get some, you know, I took my time. I'm going to be honest with you. I took my time to do a video about the coronavirus. Just the fact that I want to be sure that I know what I'm talking about, and I want to know exactly how the economy is looking right now and the effects that what the coronavirus will do to the economy and what it's going to do to small businesses like us, okay? And I'm going to start off right here, guys. How the corona affects small business. This is going to be a good video if you're wanting advice or you just want to know information about it. We have 21 people on the YouTube channel today, guys. I got 8 people on my Facebook page. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. So let's get into it. As many of y'all people know how the coronavirus pandemic is affecting the U.S., but not only the U.S., but the whole world and the health and the economy of the United States of America and the world. In our area, both cities, Dallas and Fort Worth, have declared kind of a state, kind of like a state of emergency. The governor of Texas ordered that all the non-essential businesses should close immediately. So we're talking about like gyms, bars, eateries, places that are non-essentially going to kill you. You know what I mean? You could do without the gym. You can do out with the liquor store. You can do out with a few other things like, what I mentioned before. So restaurants are closing, but the grocery stores are staying open for people that really need, food and stuff like that. In addition, here's another thing. In addition, the U.S. economy, the stock market has continued to plummet. And it's reaching historic lows on many of the products that we use today. For instance, even American Airlines has tanked where it was on a high of this year about $35. It is now 50% off at about $13, $12 at one point. But what does the coronavirus actually mean? What does it mean for junk removal businesses like us? You know, most of us small businesses, even the franchises, have been sold in. I gotta put my hands up, okay? Have been sold in the past as a recession-proof business. Most of these franchises are sold like that. Holy cow! I'm at a historic high over here with 18 people on Facebook, 24 people on my YouTube channel, but. Most of these have been sold as recession-proof businesses. If you buy a franchise, a junk removal franchise, you're going to realize that a lot of these franchises, and they're not just recession-proof. Hold on one second. Hello, honey?
I'm sorry, I'll let you go.
No, just watch the video. Watch the video. I'll call you in a minute. Okay.
Okay, bye.
And, you know, the theory is regardless of the world and the economic conditions, there will always be a need to have items hauled away, no matter what. No matter what's going to happen is that there's always going to be items to be hauled away, okay? That's really important that I mention that, okay? People are putting stuff on this board, okay? Hey, Michael Santana. I think one of the biggest questions is, will there still be any work? Well, I believe that small junk removal jobs will just completely disappear, but large-scale cleanouts will still be done professionally. Okay, they're going to need someone to do those large. I have to put my hands up. Those large-scale cleanouts will still be done professionally. Those are going to need a crew of 3 or 4 guys to be done, such as office buildings, medical buildings, real estate companies that are going bankrupt. I mean, just anything like that are still going to be needed. Of course, there will be less of those too, okay, of the big jobs. With that said, I'm going to tell you that as a homeowner, a homeowner with a pickup truck should not perform a house clean out, okay? It's not it's just too time consuming and cost effectively. And that's where we will shine in the upcoming months and the upcoming years, okay? As the economy gets better, we will shine. Our business is going to shine. But what are the actual long-term effects of the coronavirus? What are the actually long-term effects? So we're going to talk about that right now. Such an event like this hasn't happened in like 300 years, 320 years, something like that. That means there are no standards, there are no protocols, there are no methods of getting through this disaster. I mean, we have not been equipped for anything like that, okay? In my opinion, the biggest losers in the coronavirus economic disaster will be small businesses. I'm going to tell you why. The lack of work. Number 2, the loss of employees. Number 3, the overhead of keeping a business afloat. Many of us small businesses will fold, okay? If you don't have money in savings, you are going to fold. I'm going to tell you, trash, you know, that's a great thing that you say, trash never stops. And that is true, but some of us will be able to take the grunt of this economic disaster, and some of us will just fold, okay? I'm putting my hands up because my suit's disappearing sometimes. If you are a junk removal business reading this, hearing this, reading this and hearing this, by as a matter of fact, consider yourself warned. Hold on to any cash that you may have, any unliquidated, any unneeded assets also. If you need to liquidate some of your stuff, go ahead and do that. This could last 1 month. It could last 6 months. Nobody really knows, okay? And I'm going to give you my opinion to this in just a second, guys, and you're not going to like my opinion about the coronavirus epidemics. Final thoughts, I want to talk about that. I truly believe that these strong businesses will survive. Okay, if you're a strong businesses, you have good crews and you have good trucks and you're paid all your bills and stuff, I think you'll definitely survive that, okay? You know, here's the problem is that we all got spoiled. The last few years, we all got spoiled and we all found out how easy it is to make money and how easy it is to get jobs in junk removal, even purchasing equipment and running a business through a recession-proof business that we thought we had. Now is the time to tighten up your belt and hold on. The demand for junk removal will skyrocket once this economic and this health disaster is over. People will be stuck at their homes for weeks and for months and want to change everything once they get out. Okay, that's my opinion. That is my opinion only. What kind of what are we talking about, Ricardo? You know that, or Richard? That's what you want to say. What are we talking about? I'm going to be honest with you. And I see a lot of people's comments. I'm going to go through some of these comments in just a second, guys. I just want to rattle on for a second. You have to believe that the human person will be stuck in their homes for weeks, months, days, months, weeks, maybe even a year. When they get out of their home, they're going to want to do some light construction, some furniture remodel, some appliance removal, some basement, clean outs, full house clean outs. And I'm going to tell you, that's where we will make money. Okay? Put my hands up here. That's where we will make money once again. But you got to hold on. I'm telling you, you have to hold on to this, guys, because we are in a business where we are almost totally 100% recession proof, but not this time. And I can't guarantee that to my fellow people, guys. And I know that I've given y'all advice for the last few years on junk removal. And a lot of people sit and they believe in what I say. They take my advice and they run with it and they start small businesses. I'm going to tell you, this time, my opinion with the coronavirus, how long will the virus last? I think we're on for at least a 3-month period. I think for the next 3 months, the United States will eventually get a hold of this virus and really get rid of the potential spread of the virus. Now, not the virus. I'm not telling you they're going to get rid of the virus, but the potential spread of the virus. We're going to find out increasingly more information about how the virus is spreading in the next couple of weeks. Not months. I think in the next weeks, the United States will get a hold of how it's spreading. And we're going to be also have more technology, more infrastructure to the economy of how to get around something like that or get around this health disaster. Again, if you are a small junk removal business and you're hearing this video, consider yourself warned. Hold on to any cash that you have and liquidate anything that you can get rid of, that old car. This could last up to 3 months. It could last 6 months. Nobody knows. I don't think, my opinion is that it's going to last more than 30 days, okay? It is going to last more than 30 days. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to get worse before it gets better. This is something you're going to be able to tell your kids, that you survived one of the world's worst economic disasters, health disasters ever. It's like when you're a little kid and you remember, Joe Montana throwing that ball in the back of the end zone, Dwight Clark. You tell your kids that, you know what I mean? This is something that you're going to go through. This is 9/11, a disaster in economic breakdown, the economic world disaster of failure with money. I definitely, Michael Santana on the Facebook page, he says, definitely I think at least 2 or 3 months. Listen, guys, JunkGuys, junk removal service, I've already did some numbers and I've looked at a few things. We can survive up to about 9 months without actually making any money. We'll be able to go to at least 9 months without making an actual dollar. One thing that I'm very proud of is that we have been really good reselling items. So we found another way to make money and people are still buying things. Today I made $200 just reselling stuff, which was really ridiculous. Tomorrow we have 3 jobs on the schedule. Thursday we have 3 jobs on the schedule. Friday we have 1 job on the schedule. And the great thing about it is let me put my hands up. I got a big job with a medical clinic because actually my girlfriend knows somebody who was friends and owns manages some kind of office building, so that's a great thing for me also. That helps out, you know what I mean? Anything helps out. Anything helps out. But will there still be any work? I'm telling you, all the small jobs are going to totally disappear. The large-scale cleanouts, if you're able to handle them, they will still be there, but not a lot of them. And that's one of those things that I want to talk to you about. Those large-scale cleanouts, they're just going to disappear, guys. I have 29 people watching me on YouTube. I have 14 people. I was up to almost 20 people on my Facebook page, guys. Yes. Without making $1, yes, we can. Bernard McCarthy, you can pay your people for 9 months without making $1. What I'm going to do, what I'm going to end up doing is getting my full-time employees, Bernard, and just pay them a flat rate, okay, for every week that we don't work, if we don't work. But right now, we're not seeing anything slowing us down right now, Bernard, so if that's what you're asking for. But what I was saying, Bernard, is for the next 9 months, I don't need any work. I can pay my electric, I can pay my phone, I can pay my mortgage, I can pay all that without making one booking. That's what I was trying to say. I'm backed up. I gotta put my hands up. I'm backed up pretty good right now. I've saved my money. I've been very good with that, and that's what is important. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you're going to do something and you're going to be playing smart, I'm going to tell you the people that are still going to have money. Those people are going to be realtors. Realtor investors, commercial realtors, they're still going to have money. So investing into those people is a great idea. Triad just mentioned what I was about to say. And he's mentioned it before, and I'm just reading what he said. I honestly think this is going to be one of the... If you can survive this, trust me, you're going to be able to survive a divorce. You're able to survive an economic breakdown of your own business or even a bankruptcy, okay? If you listen, Michael Santana, let me tell you something. And he says a great piece. He says, I agree. I'm going to pay my guys flat rate weekly if things get bad. You have to. I'm going to tell you something, guys. Let's talk about the employees really fast during this economic health disaster. Okay, I want to talk to you about that. Here's what you need to do. If Apple is doing it, if all the huge companies in the world, which is Apple, the biggest company in the world, Exxon is doing it, then you can do it as a small business. Here's what you need to do. I'm going to help y'all out with this one. Sit down with your employees. Sit down with your employees and ask them to take a pay cut or they just can't work, okay? That's really, really important. So, ask your employees to take a pay cut. Ask them to do a flat rate. And I'm going to tell you why you want to do that. You want to do a flat rate because you know how much you're going to spend at the end of the week for everybody, but they're going to have to work just as hard. Because right now, this is something we will never see in our lifetimes again. The coronavirus has taken China, has taken Italy, and now has taken the United States by storm. Nobody ever saw this coming. This is an economic health disaster. It is an economic failure on the United States, Italy, China. We don't know how to handle this. That's why the stock market has plummeted. That's why you can buy stock of American Airlines for about $12. You have to negotiate with your employees. You have to talk to your employees and tell them this is what's going on. I'm going to have my talk with Johnny when it gets slow. It has not got slow for me. Thank you very much. But if it gets slow, I will easily tell J-Rock. I will say, Jay, I can't pay you $600 a week. I'm going to have to pay you $300, but you're going to have to work just as hard. If you want to work, go ahead. If you're not, go find a job somewhere else. Oh, you can't. See, that's the thing about it. You cannot find a job. Here in Dallas, let me tell you what's going on in Dallas. Of course, the Walmarts, the Sam's stores are all empty. If you're looking for water, I'm going to tell you where to go. Okay? If you're looking for water, go to Tum Tum. They're full of water. Why? Because water's expensive at Tum Tum. All the people who are not economically set go to Sam's. They go to Walmart. They get everything cheap, the toilet paper. I saw toilet paper just yesterday at a gas station. So gas stations have toilet paper. So does Tum Tum have toilet paper. All of them have toilet paper. So it's just expensive toilet paper. And the people that have finances that aren't set have really, really taken a brunt of the of this economic disaster. Okay, I want to talk to you about that. What's my take on this $1,000 stimulus that they're talking about? So here's what they're thinking of doing. They're thinking of giving people $1,000 to every American person who pays taxes, who's legally doing it correctly. They want to give $1,000 to everybody. If this economic disaster keeps on going like at the rate of over past month, $1,000 will not do one single thing. $1,000 is going to help Walmart, Sam's, 7-Elevens, and every C-store on the way there. Why? Because you're going to have to spend that stuff on gas, and you're going to have to spend that stuff on food, water, and guess who's going to get that money? Walmart. So they might as well send that money over to Walmart. If they put us on a quarantine, even if they do that, I don't think $1,000 is going to make one difference to anybody. As a matter of fact, if they give me $1,000, I would go ahead and do $300 payments to Johnny or my employees. I would give $300 Johnny, I would give $300 to, you know what I mean? I think it's $25,000 or less, get $1,000 and remove payroll taxes for small businesses. You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you, Michael Santana. I don't know. I don't. If you have the information on this and you're on Facebook or YouTube, please throw it up there and let me look at it really fast so I can look at the numbers. I heard about this situation, but I'm not sure. Clutter Brother says we work today and we get to work tomorrow. We're booked Friday. May get a couple more before the weekend. Kind of slow, but can't tell if it's snow or the kids are out of school. That's another thing. I can't tell either if this is because the economy is plummeting right now. I can't tell if it's because the economy, or I can't tell if it's just because the weather's bad in Texas. The weather's really, really bad in Texas. It's been raining a lot lately. But there are people that are still working out there. There are still, as a matter of fact, my girlfriend, who I don't know if she's on the channel, honey, if you're on the channel today, will you please say something? But I'm not sure if her job is working. She works for a back and spine expert in Keller, Texas, and she's working as they had bookings today, and they had bookings, this past week, so they're still working. And I asked her, I said, will you be getting off soon? She says, no. I said, she said that her boss is expecting to work right through this. So that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? A lot of people have been getting cancellations over the past few days because the coronavirus. I have not got a cancellation. Holy cow. We're up to 32 people. Hey, Heather. How are you, sweetheart? Heather's watching my channel. This is great. My previous relationship never watched one of my videos, and Heather, she's a sweetheart. She watches all my videos, which thank you very much. I just want to mention that. I don't know why I said that, but I threw it out there. And I heard about New York. Okay, so let's talk about New York. What's going on with New York? New York has been affected really extremely huge on this deal. They have closed schools for the next 3 weeks here in the United States, 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's been a toll on New York, and don't forget how congested New York is, okay? It is very congested. They have over 9 million people in a place like downtown Dallas, which is incredible. There's just people all over the place. J&J, Jungle Moon says, he says, hi Heather, my bad. You have a van. You got to be careful, guys. You got to be careful out there how you spend your money and what you're going to do with your money in the next few weeks. I definitely think it will affect us as a small business. I think it will affect us in the pockets. I think it will affect most of the people in the United States of America, guys. Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say this statement right now. If you're thinking of spending money on a truck or a trailer right now, save your money. Stick at your own job. If you have a job, stay with it right now. You do not want to be starting a business right now in junk removal, okay? I'm going to hope people agree with me. That's a big statement that I'm saying right there. I've always told people to start a business whenever it's economic proof. I've never been through a national economic health disaster like this, guys, okay? Like this, I've never been anything to do with it. I'm not the type of person that should be giving advice on this, but I will tell you, right now is not the greatest time to start a small business in junk removal. When do I think this will go back to normal? I'm going to be honest with you. I think at least 3 months from now. I think 3 months from now, President Donald Trump will get everything correct. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he's doing a bad job right now. I don't think he's doing a great job, but I don't see him doing anything bad. I mean, put any president of the United States of America on the stand right now with this economic health disaster and tell them, fix it. They're human people, guys. The president of the United States got to make a lot of big decisions. I don't think he's doing anything bad. I don't think he's doing anything good yet. So he's kind of medium, you know what I mean? So giving this $1,000 to people, that's not even coming, that's coming from the Treasury, you know what I mean? If we can help out. His saying it is yay or nay, I'm pretty sure he'll say yeah, yay. How can you get some of these jobs? How can you convince people to hire you? One of the things that I'm seeing over on the Facebook side is make cash discounts. Give people cash. Call all your former people, call all your former realtors, all your investors, and say, hey man, I'm giving a discount, blah, blah, blah. See if you can stir up information like that. See how that works for you. Go outside the box, think differently, guys. Think differently. Of course, I do my YouTube videos, and I get paid for these YouTube videos, so I'm kind of thinking differently just overall that way. Just be ready for a wild ride, guys. I think it will last up to 3 months. Okay, I said this statistic earlier to a friend of mine, okay? So I was talking to a friend earlier, and this is what I said about the coronavirus epidemic. If we have a scale 1 to 10, and 10 being the worst, 10's up here, and 1 is being down here. You know what? We'll do this. We'll do it better because I'm better with percentages. 100% we're screwed. 10%, hey, I just heard about this coronavirus deal, right? I think right now the economy is at about 30% with 70% chance to getting worse. I'm going to tell you when it's going to get worse for the economy, when it's going to get worse for us. We're going to be at 100% when the state and the city puts us under quarantine. That means you cannot go outside. That means you will not be arrested, but you can be held in contempt of some breaking law that in 1905 was established called martial law. Not only that, but a law called the quarantine law. It was established in like 1905, 1908, something like that. The quarantine laws state that if we are put under quarantine, federal quarantine, that's okay. It's up to the state and the cities. Because see, the federal government cannot send a soldier to every street in the United States, but you know who can? The city and the state can. The city can have police cars running up every down street everywhere, declaring just martial law everywhere. If we are put under quarantine and every city and every person in the United States, everybody you know in your local area is put under quarantine, you can consider that 100% we're screwed. That will be the worst that we get. Right now, I think the United States is about 30, maybe 40%. We're depending on what the president does in the next couple of days. I think my honest opinion, and this is my honest opinion, so I don't need people to shit on my parade here, okay? About this today, but the banks have to freeze everything. I think the United States government and the Treasury Department has to start freezing banks. Here's why. Let's pretend a landlord owns an apartment complex. There are 100 people that lost their job and live at that apartment complex because there's only 100 apartments. Those 100 people have lost their jobs. They cannot pay the rent because they don't have any money. Well, I'm pretty sure the apartment owner cannot make his payment on the land, the property build out, and any other taxes that he has on that property without that money of those 100 tenants that he has in that building. One of the reasons he won't be able to make those payments is because those people aren't paying. And why? Those people don't have jobs. How is he screwed? He's got no money. But if the banks are frozen, he doesn't have to worry about paying the banks. The banks are frozen automatically. It freezes everybody's accounts in the United States. That puts everybody in a neutral position. The banks can't make money. They cannot give money. And that landlord cannot get any more money. He cannot make payments to whoever he owns the land to. He cannot make payments to the mortgage company for that apartment complex. He cannot make any payments anywhere. Now, I want you to think about what I'm saying. If the banks are frozen, how this would work out. A lot of people aren't going to have money. I just broke a record on Facebook, on YouTube, of 35 people. I think my record was 34. Well, thank you very much. I hope that grows. If the economy is frozen, I think the banks need to be frozen. I also think the only person making money is going to be Walmart and Sam's. I definitely think Walmart and Sam's need to start discounting food. I think that is only one of the other things that the President of the United States needs to do is give Walmart and Sam's an incentive. Give Kroger an incentive, Food Line and Jewel-Osco. Give all these companies an incentive down the road if right now, at this time, they can give a discount. What do I say? When I say discount, what do I mean? What do I mean? For every dollar that you spend, it's actually a quarter. So let's take, for instance, something like this. If something costs $4, okay, each dollar is a quarter. So now it costs $1. So it's per dollar is a quarter. That's what I'm trying to say. I think the United States government has to step in and do something like that, where you have to actually physically walk around with a calculator and calculate what you're buying and stuff. I mean, an economic breakdown of the economy is going to happen. I think we'll see it in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we don't get to that point. Jesus Christ, we're at 37 people on my YouTube channel. I appreciate everybody. In my Facebook, we got up to 20 guys. We got everybody in the house. I want to tell y'all thank you so much. Why am I wearing a hazmat suit? I want to tell you about why I'm wearing a hazmat suit really fast, guys. One of the biggest reasons I'm wearing this hazmat suit. We got called out today to do a junk removal, and they did not want us in the building without a suit on. How you like that? We wore the mask also today. I didn't even want to go inside, to be honest with you. I made J-Rock go inside and finish the job, and it was only a desk. But they wanted us in a suit, and the guy wouldn't stand about 10 feet from us. Now, I will tell you that what they're doing in New Hampshire and Boston, and this is a really good thing, and I think this is what's going to help. New Hampshire has put and restricted all the utilities, all the rents, and on the mortgages to stop for the next 60 days with no evictions and no shut off of utilities. So for the next 60 days, the TXU company here, Texas Utilities here, which if they were to do that, they would halt electric bills for the next 60 days. Is that incredible? When we get to that point, you know we're at 100%. When the United States has set in, and the President of the United States has said to everybody, there will be no more utilities, there will be no more evictions, there will be no rent. For the next 60 days, no mortgages will be paid. Holy cow. You know we're in trouble, guys. You know we're in trouble when that happens. 38 people here on my YouTube channel, which is a new record. I got 9 people here on my Facebook page, which was up to 20 earlier. I don't want to scare people, guys. But when the United States will step in and tell the local governments, such as your city, your state, your governor, your mayor, that no utilities, no payments, and all that will stop. And I'm going to tell you why they're going to have to stop that. Because right after they stop that, you're going to see the banks starting to freeze money. Once the banks start freezing money, how can the utilities pay their e-bills? How can the mortgages and the renters pay their bills to their mortgages that they have? Okay, banks borrow money from banks. If those banks are frozen, how can they borrow money for banks? We are eventually going to crash the dollar bill, which I hope never happens because our dollar is a value. It's worth 100 cents. The United States will have an economic failure. It will. I think we will eventually, we are going to hit an economic failure. 43 people watching my YouTube channel tonight, guys. Thank you very much for staying, sir. I think the United States will have an economic failure very soon. I think in the next few weeks that the economy will start tanking. The dollar will start losing the value, and what I'm trying to look up is a state that just went and I want to tell you that you have to look at the big picture. Well, guys, we're looking at like local stuff. Not even the U.S., the United States knows what's going on. And this outbreak, the government, the little government that we have is not handling the outbreak properly. They don't know how to do it. It's not their fault. So if y'all are thinking, that this is going to be like, hey, we know what to do. We don't know what to do. The United States doesn't know what to do. Global markets are collapsing. And the United States is dismissive. The Federal Reserve's dramatic weaken. They cut the rate. And this, this new thing of huge economic giving the stimulus $1,000 to each person in the United States, and the near-term economic carnage from the outbreak of the coronavirus, it is coming to transparency. You have to think about this. Okay, so here's another thing. For the third time, and for the third time this week, the trading on the New York Stock Exchange was suspended. A lot of people don't know that. It's plunged almost 12% upon opening on Monday, and it even closed 13% today. It's one of the worst days ever. If the stock market tanks, the economy tanks. That's where we get our money, guys, okay? Even the U.S. President Donald Trump has interest in closing all the rates to zero. Zero! It's a monetary policy that when the stock market crashes, that there are zero rates on everything. And this is making all the investors nervous. He even acknowledged, this is one of the things that Donald Trump has done. He's even acknowledged that the outbreak and could last until the summer and declare a recession. People are talking July, they're talking August, and could even be longer than that. Can you believe that? One of the biggest things that we have to do, guys, is ignore gatherings, social outings, just ban domestic travel. The virus right now is one of the worst things. It's a 10 out of 10, guys. It's just bad, So many people right now, guys, are struggling right now, just losing their jobs, and the government hasn't really said how it's going to work out and how we're going to go through the people losing their jobs and if they're going to get paid minimum wage. A lot of the big companies like Apple are telling that all their employees have to, file for some program that they're doing for their employees to still get paid. Think about this one. I want you to think about this economic disaster here in the United States. Who has the most money ever? Who isn't in a depression? Who doesn't have a trillion and trillions of dollars in debt like the United States? And that's China. And you know what? They're suffering right now. And that's scary. The economic data from China, where the outbreak happened, they're seeing double-digit decline from factories, from retail stores, from small businesses. Forecasters now expect the world's second-largest economy to shrink in the first quarter. Guys, it's China. They don't lose money. Chinese people know how to make money, okay? It's weird. It's weird that this is happening. We're seeing it happen right here, guys. But a lot of people think that this will clear up at the end of April. People think will last 30. I think it's going to last longer than 30 days. I think it will last up to 3 months until like maybe June, July, or something like that. This is something that we never saw, guys. This is something that we never saw coming, and this is not something that we can even deal with. It's a shame. It's a shame that the United States doesn't have anything. Wow. This is weird. In New England, they closed all the schools, all the restaurants, and only 20 people are allowed. Now in Texas, they're doing 50 people. No restaurants, no bars, no gyms are allowed to be open. I went for a run earlier. This is pretty scary. I'm going to tell you what happened to me earlier. I went for a 2 mile, not a run, I'm sorry, I don't run, 2.8 mile walk. I was walking earlier today, guys, and let me tell you what happened to me. I noticed a lot of people walking. It was crazy. There was a lot of people walking. Why? Because they don't have jobs. They don't have jobs. There was so many people outside walking. It was really, really bad. I just never had seen that many people walking around, looking around and not knowing. Heather, if you're out there, you need to be here, babe. I just want to throw that out there. I just want to throw that out there. I want you to think about this. You know, the economy in the United States isn't the greatest in the world anyway. Okay? It's not in the best economy, and now it's more deeply in debt since the last big crisis that happened. It's weird. As businesses deal with the prospect of sudden stop in their cash flows, okay, we're going to see a sudden stop in our cash flow. There's already a generation of small business that already struggle to pay their loans. These companies, I've heard the name of it. They're called zombie companies. Zombie companies are companies that barely can make enough money to pay their loans off, okay? And they don't even make enough money to pay the interest on their debts. They only survive by issuing new debt. You understand what I mean when I say that? I think that a lot of these banks are going to struggle. A lot of banks are going to go bankrupt and then borrow money from the United States government, so it won't haul them out. Again, like it's happened in the past. Here's another thing that's going to happen emotionally and physically. Psychologically, not physically, I'm sorry. Emotionally and psychologically. Debt stress is a big deal. Debt stress is going to be a big deal for people. Anxiety is going to start building up. People are going to start stressing out, and that's going to have a big deal on divorces. That's going to have a big deal on families. That's going to have a big deal on friendships. And now they're multiplying in human life. These small businesses are going to deal with the same thing that I just mentioned. Small businesses and industries and commercial companies that are going to be impacted by the coronavirus include transportation, leisure, auto, perhaps worst of all, oil. Slammed on the side of fear, nobody's going to start driving their cars down the street. I'm going to tell you why. People are going to start walking a lot more. Oh yeah, if they need to go to 7-Eleven, you're not going to drive your car. You don't have any gas because you don't have any money to pay for that gas either. That's going to be very low. Oil prices have fallen about $35 now. I think that's far too much for oil companies to meet their debt and their interest payments already. Even banks in Canada has money. Banks in Canada are laying off. Restaurants are closing. Drive-thrus are only open. You know why? I'm going to tell you why drive-thrus are open at most restaurants and they won't close. Because they can't make their payments. That's why they have to make money somehow. Though investors always demand higher returns to buy bonds issued by financial shaky companies, they'll manage to get they'll manage to get something out of it. Okay, I just want to explain that. If you know the banking system, that's how it works. They'll make money like off of junk debt, off oil companies, and right when the recession is tanking, they start buying up a lot of that stock, and then when the economy gets better and that 35 barrel goes to 42, they make billions of dollars doing it. So don't worry about the investors. They always make money. They love making money off the poor people, okay? But the United States and the world has not seen a virus-induced recession. We've never seen anything like that, but we're about to go through one, guys, and this is something you're going to tell your kids. The direct effect on the economy will only be magnified by the impact on the debtors, the people, you know what I mean? The impact of failing companies, the bloated financial markets. When most of these markets, here's the only bad thing for investors, when most of these markets fall, millions of money, billions of money, the investors will feel less wealthy and cut back on spending. That's all that's going to happen, guys. You know, that's all that can happen. But the economy will tank in the United States. We'll have a national economic failure. I don't know what that means, but it's not good. The longer the coronavirus continues to spread at its current pace, the more likely that these companies will die, furthering the depressing the markets and increasing the risk of wider financial contagious. If that makes any sense? Like I said, the United States, I think, will not be able to withstand an economic failure like this. And junk removal will not be able to survive. The big companies will survive if we're backed by money that we already have. Because I'm going to tell you something. If you have a loan out there and you're surviving with that loan, be prepared. The U.S. will freeze those markets soon. I think that will happen soon. I'm going to read some of these comments. I'm not going to make any more comments about the economy. Those were my opinions on the economy. I'm just going to read some of these things. Restaurants are also open because truckers are still running. If they shut down, there will be a loss. So many businesses have been a big domino effect. So I want to talk about something really quick when you say something like truckers. I expected to get a car in the next few days or the next few weeks. I ordered the 2020 Corvette. They went through a big problem. Chevrolet did, GM. They weren't making the car because they were already in a financial fight with the union, and it was a big deal. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, they're laid off. And they're laid off. They're not making Corvettes. What's worse is the Corvettes that were being made, they can't be shipped because the truckers are not allowed to go back to work. So there are no truckers to deliver the cars that I was supposed to get, so it doesn't matter. There's no car to get. It's a big domino effect. There is no place for the DMV to put bins on these cars to register the cars. Because you pick up the phone and you can't get anybody because they're laying off those people or they're telling them not to come to work for the city. I'm seeing a lot of people writing stuff about God here, and that's a great thing. I mean, that's a good thing that people... Whoa, this guy's going off. Well, I don't know if I should read some of this stuff. Yes, the city services. I will tell you, I have court on the 18th with my son to fight that ticket. We had this great idea what we're going to do. And then on the 23rd, I had to pay some tickets that I got. Today, the city of Dallas has issued that anybody who has got a ticket before, anybody who's got a ticket during the month, anybody who has a court date before May 8th will not be seen until after May 22nd or something like that. So if you got a ticket before May 8th, 2020, if you get a ticket before May 8th, you will not be scheduled until after May 22nd. That means you could be scheduled in August, September, October, or maybe even 2021. So that's what they're going to do. And I'm going to tell you, the city of Dallas is always, always, always backed up. Anyway, guys, I want to tell you, everybody, thank you for staying tuned to Junk Guys coronavirus video. I appreciate everybody staying tuned. I'm going to get out of this suit because I'm going to tell you why. It is 100 degrees in this suit, and it was all for watching this video. It is hot, hotter than hell in here. I apologize if I hurt anybody's feelings about junk removal, guys, but I want to be honest with everybody, okay? And with that, I'm going to tell you, I want everybody to have a great Tuesday night. God is great. We have to pray at this moment as people of the United States, as humans in this world, that praying is really important right now. I don't know if there's a lot of God-given people here, but I think praying is something we can do that's free, that doesn't cost us any money. I think it's important that you look at God as the answer to help some of these problems. And there's a lot of people that don't believe in God. There's a lot of people that don't believe in God. There's a lot of people that don't believe that He can help us. But you know what? I'd rather believe in something than not believe on anything. With that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying tuned. If you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe over there to the right side. On the left side, check out my videos. And I will talk to y'all later. Good night. Hopefully I can do another video tomorrow or they cut off my internet. Bye-bye.